My name's Emilio. I'm a snowbank fighter. Training for the past few days now. It's gonna be happening in Mexico or South America or something. This is the official uniform. We got ourselves a parka with the black on the black skin, pudgy skin. I don't know why the fuck they told us to wear these, but yeah, there's a plaid and we have khakis, boots because it's snow, fingerless gloves. So yeah, let's get into some of my tips of training. Hip toss. Oh, ooh, fuck mine.
Hey Muley, I gotta tell you something.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you something, Mr. Cat. Yeah, I don't use the word dog like everyone else. I use cat. See, like those snowbanks? My bitch, my pussy bitch. See, got my black cat. That is where my region goes into because I kill them. Got lethal fingers and lethal pussy. Oh, you want me? Hoi me chango. I don't know what that means. I'm taking those Mexican snowbanks to shit.
Alright, this is fucked. Emilio, I gotta tell you something.
What?
There's no SCBC or whatever the fuck you said earlier.
What the fuck you talking about, man? You gave me a document to sign.
It's all fake. It was just for my math class or something.
What? How much I cried snow in 7 seconds? Really, my life is just fake.
In an ordinary neighborhood, on an ordinary day, we find ourselves struck by astonishment and awe. Outside of one particular home resides two brothers, bonded by blood, divided by a house. Let us dive deep into the bloody roots of this family rivalry? How do you pronounce it? What is it?
Well, let me check my dictionary. Rivalry. Oh no, it's rivalry. You're right.
Rivalry.
Yeah, it's rivalry.
Let us dive deep into the bloody roots of this family rivalry.
I'm a grass painter, second generation. It's my job to get acrylic paint and paint the lawn like it's a canvas. Well, it is a canvas, technically. Now, last year, the nitrogen level screwed up so bad, I had to restart. This year, it's my job to paint this like the goddamn canvas it is. You hear me, boys and girls? This is how you do it.
I'm a grass cutter, all right? Every freaking piece of grass on a lawn needs to be the exact same length at the exact same time. Use these scissors here to cut. That's it. Ruler to measure. I also keep the grass clippings in my pocket because, it's for good luck, and so that I keep local lawn diseases away, like mites and stuff.
So my little brother Proud and I don't get along too good. Basically, it all started when our parents divided the house. He got the front yard, I got the backyard. Now, that son of a bitch wanted the front yard, and been rubbing in my face ever since. Kind of like, what's the little animal he called that's about the A-big? A little doggy. You rub his face in the shit? Yeah, that's what he does with the front yard with me. So I hate him. Actually, there's a lot of reasons why I hate him, but that's the only goddamn reason why I hate that son of a bitch. That's why I hate him.
Oh my god. Total freaking fraud. Not even real paint. Look, not even real. It's not even real. Get this out of here.
Shut up, loser. You don't know what the F you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah? Look. Bone dry. Dipstick.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, get one of those. Look at those.
Those are real grass stains. Unlike you and your little paint.
Well,
Yeah, just
Well, you like.
no, my hiney lips.
Oh, you're a fruit
get-
boy. You're a fruit boy. Yeah.
No,
You like them
I'm getting a
pears?
popsicle. I'm not giving
You like them pears?
No.
You like them vegetables, don't you?
No, you're not allowed.
What do you say? Oh no, I'm doing. I'll do the interview where I want. I'm not doing the front yard. He said, "F him." No, F him.
Tell me I can't do my freaking interview in the backyard. Do whatever I want. Bigger brother Peter's he's being stupid. He's a moron, an idiot, a halfwit, if you will. Unlike me, because I got straight A's in school. Like his ass, his bum. Sorry.
So why don't you like your brother so much?
Oh, well, that's easy. We got the front and backyards divided this year from our parents, and he got the backyard for painting when I wanted it for trimming and measuring. That's my business as usual. You know, and then he has the backyard, and he rubs it in my face like a cat owner would rub its cat's nose in its throw up all over the new Persian rug or something. You know, I once summoned a demon, or tried to, with a Ouija board. He doesn't know about it yet, but it didn't work. I didn't get the demon on him. But ever since then, I've heard that I snore a little weirder in my sleep. If I summon the right demon, though, I can have both yards for trimming and measurement. I'll never see any stupid paint stains ever again. Isn't that right, dummy? Stupid. Older brothers are the worst. Older brothers are the worst.
Look at that little cracker, boy.
Stupid bigger brother, dumb. Stop stealing currents of electricity from my side. This is my outlet, not yours. I mean, how often dare you? This is the front. How often dare you?
That's not mine, boy. This is the side lawn. Ergo, it ain't your side.
Oh. Well, how am I supposed to plug in my electrical scissors, huh? Solar flares? I not.
Sounds like me, boy. You're just doing some max in the core.
Oh. Yeah, eh?
Ready to love it.
Yeah, huh? Yeah. For you.
My artwork. Give me that brush. Give me that. You know.
No, you cut it.
Oh no, you paint it.
That's not how you want
oh,
it.
yeah.
Let me plug in my scissors.
Yeah, let me paint it. Let me paint that. Oh, let me paint that. Oh, paint over here.
No,
We'll paint that.
it's not how you want it.
There's nothing there, buddy boy.
Look what you did to my scissors.
I don't give
You made me do it. Pick up your spilled paint water.
I can't pick up spilled water, jackass.
I just farted.
Oh,
Smell that. I want the texture.
oh, shit.
The electrical.
Well, little brother, I'm not going to tell you for some time. It's all your goddamn fault.
What?
In an ordinary neighborhood, on an ordinary day, we find ourselves struck by astonishment and awe.
Like lick your muscle, like just do stupid shit like. Okay. Yeah. Or like paint your eye by accident. Yeah. Okay. Jump like that. Don't get this near camera. Need the annual chair shot of plywood mine sketches. Are we gonna do these? Wanna do it?
I honestly forgot that they were in there.
And cut. That was good. Robert Fish, you know it.
This one's good.
That's a wrap.
I thought it was gonna be.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for
to the next level.
this smells good. It smells good, dude. It smells like the thing. It smells really good. I was just kidding. I wasn't going to eat all of them, but I ate a few and you don't know about.
Well, what's going on over here? Why does this smell really good? Hey, how come he got to eat one? I don't want to eat one, but it smells really good. I want to eat one. Why can't I eat one? Why can't I eat one?
Yo, we think about it, and like, you should give us some of that stuff. That was the green thing that smells really good.
What did they got over here?
What is that? Oh, I want some of that.
CBD dog treats, y'all best dog treats from Mary Palmer. Check it out. Who is MaryPalmer.com? Make sure you go scoop them up for your four-legged friends. You don't believe me? Here's some science for your faces. Me and the dogs know. I mean, you really can't denounce any science, right? But when you scoop them up, make sure you keep them on top of the fridge. If not, they will eat the whole damn bag. Trust me. I know. CBD dog treats, y'all, Mary Palmer. Make sure you go pick up your best CBD dog treats. They'll take any frown, turn it upside down for your four-legged friends.
Oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Such a boy. He's such a boy. Look at this boy. CBD dog treats will cure any frown. Except for if you own a husky. You can't please everybody. Check them out. Who's MaryPalmer.com. CBD dog treats.
What's up? What's up? What's up? All my tokers, jokers, and smokers out there. How's it going? I'm Chef Rodney 117. I was born for sarcasm. Let me tell you that. Cooking, writing, and smoking a lot are some of my favorite things in the world. But where my true passion originates, y'all, is my insatiable hunger for knowledge. Get at me. I mean, you can hate me on all you want. That's fine. We are specifically discussing cannabis on this here program. So please come with me and join in on some meaningful and very, just like amazing conversations with some of the movers and the shakers in the cannabis industry today. More specifically here in the murder mitten, as we aptly call it, Michigan. Now, let's find out who they are, what they do, where they come from, where we can expect from them to go, and things of that nature. Now, at the Daily CHRONIclez, y'all, we've created 5 W's in an effort to give you guidance and help you figure out who they are as well. Now, who doesn't like a little W from time to time? You know what I mean? So here we go. This is the Daily CHRONIclez, y'all, coming at your faces. And we are back with yet another episode of the Daily CHRONIclez. I'm the host with the most, Chef Rodney 117. What's the topic today, y'all? Let's talk about cannabis advocacy in the state of Michigan. Let's find out why it's important, where it came from, and most importantly, what it's doing to the culture of cannabis today. That's really one of the things that we want to talk about. But we'll dwell on that later. I want to introduce today's guest to y'all. Check this out. I can't even read this to you because this girl has done so much in so little time. So the best thing that I could possibly do is just get her right in here, y'all. Just get her right in here. And here she is, Miss Leaha. Leaha, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you.
I've been involved in cannabis activism since about 2018. So I've done a variety of things. I've been a bud tender. I've worked on Prop 1. I'm advising on clemency advocacy for getting cannabis people out of prison. So I've done a variety of things. I'm super excited to be here and talk about it, and just kind of like tell people what's going on, where we've come from, and maybe what they can be doing now to get involved.
Exactly. That's what it's about, right? Getting involved. Like, if you want to see something through to the finish line, don't just pick it off and hand it up to the next person. I'm going to quote Tom McDonald, a very famous rap artist that I've come to recently know. He has a line in the song that goes, "You talk about leaving a better world for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our world?" Or you talk about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? I don't know if you could have dropped a heavier mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's my point. That's real right there. Oh shit, that still resounds with me. When I heard that, I was like, and that beat though. And that beat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's absolute fire. But no, that's my point, y'all. Like, listen, she recites what she does. She does this every day. Every day. And she got it. She got it. It got a rhythm to it. But let me ask you, does your back hurt though? Your back is carrying a lot of weight.
I have a really good team around me. I definitely couldn't do what I did without the team members that we have. It's definitely more than one of us doing all this heavy lifting. So without that, I think, I'd be squashed for sure. And there are days where it feels heavy, but like those good days are what keep you going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the famous book, it was Atlas Shrugged or Why Atlas Shrugged or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I always remember the Jeopardy question for that. And it's who is John Galt is the first ever line in that. It's the first into it. You never start a book with a question. You don't do that. you just go into it. People are like, I don't want to know shit. Like, I just want to get to the book. But no, it's when Atlas Shrugged or whatever. But yeah, that's the point of it. The weight of the world on your shoulders, you know. And it's interesting because COVID happening, you know, that's definitely made it to where it's a little different. Where you know people became more. People were given a heliocentric view of the world. You know, you see a digital view now, and certain things basically became illegal overnight. You know, dine-in service for one. You know, and so as a chef, when I was like, "Yo, I need asses and seats," you know what I'm saying, and like, turn and that was my moneymaker, man. And now that I can't do that, a delivery only goes so far. You know, and stuff like that. So we're gonna find a balance here soon, and that's what you and I and people of the like are doing, you know, for the show. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing for the cause, really. It's just it's insane. You know what I'm saying? And I can't appreciate it enough. You're over there in Ypsi, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Ypsi based.
There we go. I love Ypsi, man. I actually used to do a little bit of work in Ypsi for sure.
For real,
I was just in Ypsi, and if you're out this way, go say what up to Ryan and everybody at the patient station there at Ypsi, man. Shout out to Ypsi, man. You guys are holding it down. They have Ghost 313 strains out there, and they had it was mandarin cake when I had it back, and it was absolute. Oh my God, I'm going back. Ryan, I'm coming back, dude.
I was gonna say, Patient always has some of the best deals in town for sure. Like, definitely.
Absolutely.
We're pretty fortunate. We have quite a few really good dispensaries. I frequent Herbal Solutions and Oz Cannabis as well. The shop is some of my old friends. Like, Ypsi's got some really unique cannabis culture. Like, some good people, good places.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So like, you got the patient station, and if you ever get bored of that, just dip on over to Ann Arbor. There's a bunch of stuff in Ann Arbor.
Yeah. And Ann Arbor
it's not too far.
You think Ypsi is filled with them. Like, you go to Ann Arbor and you're tripping over them. And again, like, there's some really solid ones over there too.
Oh, very. I can't even think of one that comes off the top of my head right now. There's so many.
Arbor Wellness is really good. And I really like
Ohm is really good.
Yeah, I really love Ohm. They do a lot of really good like patient advocacy programs and education programs. Like, they're super engaged in the community. So I really love what Ohm is doing.
What's up, Cookie? A little late on that comment, man. I'm sorry I found it, but yeah, it's my boy Cookie. Cookie Vanna is actually, it's funny that he's kind of watching me bomb on the show right now. I'm joking. What's up, Cookie? He's actually our guest for Thursday.
Oh, cool.
So that's really cool, really cool. He's also Michigan based, so Michigan fam in the house, Murder Mitten, what up? But it's really cool because he's an advocate as well. He's a dabbler, I guess, if you want. I'm gonna start calling people that dabblers.
Oh, I like that.
Come at me. Like, why can't I have that? Let me white person one thing, okay? Just let me white person one thing.
I like it. I'll support that one. I could get that name.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool, but no, Cookie's a really good dude. He's hooked up with some really cool people doing awesome advocacy things in their own special ways. And that's the point of it.
Yeah.
That's the point that they do it. They're like, yo, I could go out there and hold a sign, but at the same time, I'm just going to tell you how I feel and break it down and bring you into my life. And I was like, yo, that's real right there. If you want real, it's real. Speaking of real, it's all about you. Okay. We have this thing here in the Daily Chronicles called the W Gauntlet.
Okay.
Everybody has tried and succeeded. It sounds tougher than it really actually is, but it's just a bunch of bullshit questions to figure out who you are. I'm joking. They're not bullshit. They're great. But the W's are the who, what, when, where, and why of who you are.
Okay.
So if you're ready, man, we'll jump right into the first section here called the first time W's.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. First time W's, Leah. Who, what, when, where, and why? Who was the first person you smoked weed with?
My friend Sean.
Sean. All right.
Yeah.
Now, is it spelled Sean, S-H-A-W-N or S-E-A-N? Okay.
S-H-A-W-N.
Because I don't listen. I have Irish heritage, and Sean is S-E-A-N. You know what I'm saying? It's Seamus is what it is.
Yeah.
James. The whole. There's different ways you look at it and stuff. And so, I don't think that people, when they spell it SHAWN, I don't think that's right. I'm sorry. It's cool to have a W in your name and you're winning. High five talking about the W's, but at the same time, I'm pedantic. Leave me alone.
You're totally allowed to disagree. You're allowed to disagree.
I still respect you. I still like your name, but I just don't agree with it. I don't know why. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's just my salty disposition on life. I don't know, but it's my fault. It's my fault, Sean. Sorry. So Sean, first time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? What was the first thing that you smoked? Was it a bong, a joint, dab, spliff, or the proverbial pop can?
The first thing I ever smoked was a steamroller.
Oh shit! You went right off the deep end. Okay. And I thought I was baptized by bong water. You were just like, nope. Check this.
Yeah. Now as I've gotten into the cannabis world and I tell people that, they're like, "You did what?"
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't realize.
You got waterboarded by Mary Jane. That's what happened.
At the time, I didn't realize that was such a whoa moment or whatever. But a lot of people have been like, "You're kidding, right?" And I'm like, "No, dude, that's what my friend had, and that's what it was."
We'll get into that a little bit here in a minute, but that's I fucking love that. All right, I can't top that. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna take a pass here. I can't. Nope. Girl, that's.
I'm full of surprises, Rodney.
No, I'm good with it. I just don't know how to. You went right into that, didn't you? All right. First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? When was your first time smoking a left-handed cigarette?
Okay, so we agreed that means joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've been trying to remember that and figure that out. I really am not sure. And I'm pretty sure it was when I was in college with my cousin.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an answer. That's what it is. There's no wrong answers here, except for
I was
maybe
always a
steamroller
bold
being
girl.
the first.
Yeah.
You went. It's like, I'm just going to cross. That's done.
I'm kind of notorious for if I'm going to do something, it's full force ahead, no stopping.
Yeah,
so.
That's how you do it.
I don't. Yeah, I couldn't do as many things as I do if it wasn't full force ahead.
You stepped in. You were like, "Watch this, fellas. I got this." And they're like, "Nah, man, balls of steel. That's cool." No. First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? Where were you the first time you ever smoked the electric lettuce?
Okay, so that also just means cannabis, right?
Yeah.
All right, I love your
name.
It's
just jazzy. It's just they're not mine. I stole these from people.
Wow. Okay, I'm learning so many new ones, and I thought I knew so many. Wow. So where was I? Back seat of a car in the Westland Mall parking lot.
Sad part is I know exactly where the fuck that is. Listen, okay, let's talk about the Westland Park Mall. Okay? There are parts of it that look beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're iconic, and they stand in a still frame, painted in perfection in your mind. And then there's the opposite, where yo, I just saw a murder happen. Done.
Yeah, have you
it's
heard
a very blurry line.
Wasteland Mall, it's definitely referred to as that sometimes. Like you said, you're kind of taking a gamble, but dude, middle school days and high school days, so I'm from Plymouth Canton, so we hung out at the Westland Mall.
Yep,
that was the place to just go. Lots of Hot Topic days.
Oh man, that's a name. Speaking of Hot Topic, I'm gonna drop some hot knowledge real fast for our listeners and our fans. We have a new series coming out called Getting High in the 90s.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ask me what it's about. I don't know yet, but basically just getting high in the 90s. We're really just going to get Bates, a buddy of mine, and we're going to sit back and have a show much like this and just talk about things that we remember from the 90s. That's it. The way that we look at it. Exactly. And we look at it this way, yo, listen, we were chefs all of our lives. We just grew up working. We had to TiVo, or not TiVo, but previous TiVo. We had to record on the VCR, you know what I'm saying? Saturday morning cartoons. If the power went out, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We couldn't, and we missed out on a lot. And so these jokes in school, kids would be like, "Oh," and then Sonic the Hedgehog said, "That's right." And you're acting out and you're like, "I didn't see that. I missed that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you watch it and you're
out
like,
of the loop.
now it's funny. And then they moved on playing to Mortal Kombat. And you're like, oh.
Like, I just caught up what?
Exactly. And so it's like, since we felt that we kind of missed out on our childhoods for insert reason here, there's no negative connotation, no, positive information, just there it is. We're figured just get high in the 90s. So fuck it. Here we go. Since we can do that, and we can we're gonna have cartoons on this.
I'm picturing like that 70s show style, like smoke circle. Like that's
Oh,
like
it's not
what I'm
even that
picturing,
fancy.
but like 90s instead of 70s, and I'm like super digging it.
Yeah, I got like Real Monsters screaming at you in the background. Cat dog rested at your feet, all just baked. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Cat dog is my homie. Cat dog is my homie. That little mouse, though, I forget his name, Bernard the mouse in that house. He was like, nah, man. Nah. We ain't doing this. I ain't having this, cat dog. I live in this house, bitch. Pay me your rent. First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. To tie it up in a neat little bow for the first section of the gauntlet. Yeah. Why, Miss Leah, did you smoke weed?
Oh, okay. Very first time?
Yeah.
Probably to calm down like my thoughts and see what it would feel like. To like calm down like my mind and see kind of if it would make me more creative. That was my goal.
Just kind of have it just calming down. Exactly.
Well, and like we'll talk a little bit about like medical properties of cannabis, I hope. So like part of that is like anxiety and like those sorts of things like that I was experiencing at that time in my life. I was like, this I think might be an option. And like so that was kind of the goal there.
Absolutely. I get that. You're like, yo, let's talk about a new perspective. Exactly. And you're like, well, let's see it. I mean, obviously that dude, I know for a fact that guy just smokes a joint. He smells like a joint, I think. If I were smoke, that's what I would want to smell like. He's a pretty cool dude and he smokes weed. He ain't dead yet. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh, heroin. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? Like that's you see what I'm saying? The DARE program only dared us to fucking try it more. It didn't actually work. You guys went about it all the wrong fucking way, but
well, and there's still so much absolute just BS like marketing out there that says,
no.
We're still finding gateway drug mentality, like, and like it's complete bullshit. Like it is.
There
like,
you go.
And like,
if it's bullshit, call it bullshit. You feel me?
But like we know it is, but like at the same time, we're still fighting that narrative, and like no matter how much science and proof and data and like legalization we get, that's still a narrative that's still being put out there in the school systems. And like you said, like it's not working anyway. Like we do have kids that are turning to narcotics and being addicted to it in high school. Like that's happening. That's happening in our poor communities. It's happening in our wealthy communities. It's happening in every community in between.
Grade.
Yeah.
In my generation, I've seen it. I've got friends dead because of it.
Yeah. I have friends that are struggling every day because of that. Like every day. And like, so like, don't tell me that cannabis was the gateway drug, because like, to me, like I've seen the opposite, where I've seen people get off of that at the same time because they had cannabis in their life, and cannabis then was the pain reliever that they were looking for. So like, there's lots of taboos out there still that we're fighting, and it is bullshit. Like it's really messed up, but like, if we don't keep fighting them, then they're just going to continue to perpetuate.
Perpetuate. That's such a good word. Like, yo, if you're playing Scrabble and somebody hits you with perpetuate, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
And then you just hit them with Dipset, and you're like, what's that? That's what I'm about to do. See, before I come out. Lose with grace. But no, so speaking of like, kind of like cannabis, you want to explain to me what this website at the bottom of the screen is?
The MichiganDimsCannabis.com. I was like, where do I look for that?
The screen.
Thank you. Yeah, so I am actually the secretary for the Michigan Democratic Party's Cannabis Caucus. And so what I recently learned is I think we're one of the only states that actually has a cannabis caucus within their Democratic Party. A lot of states don't have it. Yeah, and I am the national committee woman for the state of Michigan for the Young Democrats of America. And I was talking about Cannabis Caucus and came to find that a lot of states just don't have issue-based caucuses. So we're really unique in the fact that were literally dedicated to cannabis issues. So like at one point that was getting medical cannabis on the ballot and all of that passed and writing the legislation and getting the petition drives. Then it became working on Proposition 1, doing recreational and getting recreational passed and all the petition drives. And now that we have rec, now we're pushing and pressuring the governor, because Gretchen Whitmer is the only one that has the power to grant the clemency that we need for all of our cannabis prisoners that are still right now serving time for things that are now completely legal within our state.
And deemed essential at that.
Exactly. So it's a really cool caucus that has morphed and changed as cannabis has morphed and changed in the state of Michigan. So like right now we're part of the Michigan Cannabis Freedom Coalition, and like clemency is the big thing that we're working on. We're trying to find out, you know, do we have prosecutors that are prosecuting cannabis cases still when they shouldn't be? And right now I can tell you that finding that information out is difficult. Like you don't know, it's like, you know, you don't know where to go. You want to see, you know, are people still having cannabis cases that are still being processed because they were capped before, you know, it became legal? Well, those should be dropped. Are people still serving their prison sentences that were like predominantly nonviolent and only cannabis related? Or can we at least get years off of that sentence that were cannabis related? So there's like a lot that could be happening, and we're really pressuring the governor to get involved, because the clemency comes down to her. And she ran on a platform that was going to be super supportive of cannabis, that was going to have our back. And I can tell you right now that like we're really not seeing that, because we still have people sitting in prison that she could be freeing today, like right now. Like she could call us up and say, give us your list. I got you.
I agree with all of that. And girl, fucking get it.
So that's, but that's like what the caucus does. So like, it's a really cool thing. Like it's, you know, to see cannabis being a central platform of a major party and just to be a common stream conversation and to be able to put pressure like that it's huge. And we would not have elected Attorney General Nessel or Governor Gretchen Whitmer without the cannabis community. Like, and it's pretty impressive for us to be able to say, like, you have to listen to us. And
absolutely. But I do have to say this.
It's crazy awesome.
Right. It is. But I do have to look at, play devil's advocate for just a moment.
For it.
I need to look at both sides of everything. So let's say I'm the governor and I'm looking at the table right now, and I've got cannabis on one side and I got COVID with the other. The first one that I need to deal with is COVID. Okay. In her defense, she was kind of stripped of her powers, and then we went into the red zone. We are now the hottest state in the nation. How the fuck did that happen when we were one of the safest?
You
see my point?
Great question. Yeah. So what I will counter you with is one of the bigger one of the crises of COVID in our state has been overpopulation in our prisons. It's spreading through our prisons quite quickly. So one of the ways that we could reduce the overpopulation would be to grant clemency to the majority of the marijuana prisoners that we currently have.
All right. Listen, don't let that mic hit me when you drop it, all right? Don't scuff your shoes, girl. Don't go. You don't know.
But I mean, so like that's something that people don't think about. And I really, until I got involved more with the caucus, I didn't really realize the extent of what was going on. But like a lot of our overcrowding is because of low-level drug offenses. And so 100%. We're having people who are catching COVID in our prisons, or who are very vulnerable in our prisons to COVID. And a lot lot of them are sitting in there because of marijuana charges. And
exactly,
like, so now like their lives are
2 for
literally
10,
at
4
risk.
for 20. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So like it's definitely, yeah, it's more than snap your fingers and get it like solved. But clemency is in her power, and it would help reduce a lot of the overcrowding that we see. So like, you know, no one really talks about how intense COVID hit like prisons
really.
and
it was
and
rapid.
You know, it hit everybody so hard, and a lot of us didn't think about prisons because we don't. And like, that's something that the caucus has kind of picked up and said, okay, we have to remember these people are still people.
100%.
So like, yeah.
I feel like you and I could have a very rabbit hole conversation about the privatized prison systems in America.
Oh yeah, be careful.
That's
you
not
could
even
go
a
on
joke.
about that for hours.
There's people.
There's a lot of
exactly.
reason why the clemency isn't a snap your finger thing. Like the privatized prisons are a thing. That people make money off of this. Now, I'm not saying that that's why the governor's dragging her feet. I want to be really clear. I'm not saying that it's because of like privatized prisons.
Not what we're saying, y'all.
that's part of why we have overcrowding in the first place, is because of this
Mm-hmm.
privatized prison mentality. So like it is a deeper rooted issue than just a few clemency grants, of course.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But like I said, that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just going to go into a rabbit hole of I don't think
be
we have
careful.
enough time. I don't think we have enough time for that. But that's something definitely we have to touch base on, because you know, it's just interesting to I grew up listening to System of a Down. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say. No wonder certain people in my life didn't like them, and now look who's laughing. I get high for a living. What do you do? That's what I tell them. That's what I tell them, and they're like, "You're high." I'm like, "Yeah, I have to be. That's the living
My
part.
job.
That's what we're doing." Exactly. Shut up. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, it's just that's my point. We would kill it if like we had to like do a yeah. Anytime you want to speak, let me know. I want to see this, because
Super down.
it's. I'm good for supporting the community, because real talk, working in a kitchen, you ain't shit without your other line cooks. You ain't shit without a good dish guy. It's a fucking team effort. And we know that love dub, you know, and we get, people come from different backgrounds. You know, that's what it is. You come in all with that scallywag swag, if you will, and you get into the kitchen and you're like, yo, this is what I know. But at the same time, I don't know shit. Teach me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do this. And then you kind of mold and learn with that. And you get to the point to where like you realize that, yo, we got a lot in common, except for you. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, but that's my point though. You get to know these people and back them and kind of support what you do. And that's exactly what we want to do. You guys peep the website down, rolling around MichiganDemCannabis.com. Even if you're not Democratic, check it out. That's my point.
I was gonna say cannabis is it's a uniting thing. Like, I mean, it's technically under the MDP, but like we're really pushing for caregiver rights as well, which is something that affects all of them, nonpartisan. You know, we're pushing for medical access, like we're pushing for descheduling. So like really these are nonpartisan issues. A lot of these are just about the patients and the industry people, and like really anyone can be involved in the caucus.
Absolutely, y'all. Absolutely. Now, before we get to the next section, I want to do a little promotional video here real quick. We have a new segment coming up on Deliciously Dope TV, soon to be channel 117. We'll get to that a little bit later. Just keep paying attention. It'll make sense later. It's called Ganja and Gains, y'all.
To the next level.
For the record, lifting a joint to your mouth does not count as curl-ups, y'all. I asked Miss Angela Fear, who's going to do the Ganja and Gains, and she goes, I like you, but no, that's not right. But no, definitely, guys, stay tuned. That's going to come up soon. It's coming. She's doing an amazing job, sending a ton of footage. It's amazing. Next section of the gauntlet, of the W gauntlet.
Okay.
Favorite W's. You ready?
Oh, I like the sound of this.
Ooh, this is fun. Favorite W's. All right, Leah. Who, what, when, where, and why? Who is your favorite person to smoke weed with?
Oh, man. Most of my squad is, honestly, it's probably got to be my best friend, Zahara. I love it. We smoke usually outside, and, Zahara.
Nope, can't do it. Not Zahara. Did I do it? No, hang on. You say it? Do it one more time.
Zahara.
Zahara. I'm getting close.
Much closer.
I need like one. Yeah, I need like one more tongue roll.
Perfect.
Anyways.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not perfect.
Yeah,
so.
But see, if I do it the same way you do it, she can't yell at you. You feel me? So it's just like, no, dude. It's how we white people do it. What do you want?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. She's so lovely. She's amazing.
Yeah,
she made this happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's the one that connected us, but like definitely, me and her probably have the best times together when we smoke together, and so like definitely looking forward to being post-COVID, so her and I can get together and smoke again. You know, we're trying to do a camping trip and kind of relax, but you know, life's kind of crazy right now, so.
What do you mean kind of crazy? Life fucking sucks right now. No, it's good for some people, bad for some people. It's just
That's why you say
things are
crazy, because crazy is open-ended. It can be good, it can be bad, it can be in between.
I was just not trying to offend anybody, but at the same time, it's fucking nuts. There we go.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. But let's say that. Okay, Miss ZZ. I got permission to call her Miss Z.
Okay,
ZZ, so
definitely.
that is fine. So ZZ. All right. Cool.
All right.
Favorite W's, who, what, when, where, and why. What is your favorite way to consume cannabis?
Oh, okay. So probably two ways. I love blunts. I can't roll them for the life of me. So I require friends' assistance, but that's probably my favorite. And then I'm a huge dabber.
I got something for you. We're gonna put a pin in that real quick. This just happened, y'all. This just happened. Hi. Sending that comment section love. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm getting really close. I know I'm actually practicing on it. Like, also happy Ramadan to everybody and all that stuff out there. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to say. I'm sorry, but
that's very good. You
happy
can
holidays and stuff, y'all. Exactly. I can't wait till y'all guys can like not be on Ramadan though and get high and eat everything terrible for you.
Get the
Cheetos.
munchies back.
Oh. Okay, so listen, I want to talk about something real quick, like 2 minutes on this. Have you ever heard of GoPuff?
GoPuff. Is that
It's an app. It's like you order this shit and they bring it to your house.
What?
You don't know about this?
I don't know of
What?
GoPuff. I know of
It's
like
been a
delivery
thing for, like, a year.
services, but
Well,
yeah.
But it's called GoPuff.
No, I don't know
Dude,
GoPuff.
I'm not selling this. It's just like something that I tried it like a year ago and it was kind of but obviously they've had enough business to get more people in this and that and the other. I kind of want to let peep it out again because it's like, yo, I remember that night everybody at the crib was stoned. This was pre-COVID, y'all. We're like, we're not driving any responsible adults. So I called them with like a $90 order and they like brought me groceries, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody chipped in and it was cool. But like, that's kind of, that's damn, you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, if you think about it, if we would have went to the store, we'd have spent that in gas getting there and everything anyways. So it's like, that's convenient as shit.
Yeah, no, for sure. You said it's called GoPuff?
GoPuff, yep.
Okay, yeah.
GoPuff. I think they have a website too, gopuff.com, I think.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it this morning because I got one of those fridges or one of those magnets on my fridge. So
yeah.
I wonder.
Oh, look, their advertising worked.
Probably. Exactly. Yeah. No, they're not. They didn't pay me to say that. So, it didn't work. No, it didn't work. I'm sorry. No, it was really cool.
Their magnet was exactly what drove you in. So.
Oh, exactly. The power of magnets.
Oh yeah, I collect magnets and keychains. So like anyone gives me magnets and keychains, I'm gonna be happy as can be. Like so, yeah, the power of magnets that exist.
What I can.
Oh.
Barney's box of goodies here. Keychains, huh? Boom.
Yes. Oh,
Got
check
you.
it out. Yeah.
It says cannaware.com, my cannabis merch. They're going to love you. And it says motivated stoners do exist.
Ooh,
I
that's
got you.
Perfect.
I got you.
That's perfect.
Again, mycannabismerch.com, guys. Check them out. They're amazing. They're awesome. They're more than that. They're killing it. They support women's rights. They're all over it, man. There's a whole women-run team. I got like a little tour of the facility. I was thoroughly impressed and very intimidated. Real quick. I was just like, I'm the only guy here. And then you hear her husband, except for me. I was like, he's used to it, isn't he? Like, there's a lot of women in here. No, I'm cool with it. No, it was great. Seriously, like, it was amazing.
That's a good thing to hear. We need more women involved in the industry.
Absolutely.
That's 100%. One of the things that like me and Zahada have really been pushing for is like right now, like, and don't get me wrong, like I said, we got a lot of good guys in Ypsi, but like we have, I think 7 dispos in Ypsilanti and they're all owned by men. Like we really need to open up more pathways for more women to get involved in the business. 100%. And like, so it's really cool to hear that, like, that there's so many women involved there. Like that's super cool.
Yeah, they're definitely killing it. They're busy. They do a lot of like merchandising and stuff like that. And so it's they thought they were going to be slow.
No,
they're
of course
doing
not.
almost double
Yeah.
the business. So
Yeah.
it's insane. And they're doing stuff all over the world. So I'm proud of those squirrels out
Wow.
there. Absolutely. Dee and her team, love them. Love
Cool,
them.
cool.
But back to the favorite things that we do love.
Oh, yes,
Favorite
okay.
W's, who, what, when, where, and why. When do you most enjoy smoking weed?
Definitely at night. That post-work dab is like life. I'm a hostess at a restaurant. Shout out to Miki in Ann Arbor. So like I'm on my feet all night running around. So like that post-work dab, that's probably the best favorite time.
Scott just came up with a good comment I was reading. He's like, I guess I'm getting magnets soon. Dude, yo, Scott. I didn't say what's up earlier, but what's up, Scott? Yo, Scott, hands down. This kid is amazing. Scott and I have that's my boy. That's who we're going to be doing the podcast. That's going to be the co-host for Getting High in the 90s.
Nice.
Yeah, he just don't know it yet. No, he does know it. We talked about it a little bit. It's actually 100% his idea. Yeah, it's absolutely his idea. But that's the point. Like, Getting High in the 90s. Like, yo, I want you to look up. It's hard to find it, but Dino Riders.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to go like way back? Dino Riders. I used to have these toys. I wish I still had these toys because then I would get baked and play with these toys. It was like these little people that rode dinosaurs and controlled them. And
oh, wow.
Listen,
okay. So for the
we're not
record,
gonna
I was
dabble on
like
that.
5 years old when the 90s ended, so I don't remember a lot of the 90s.
Fair enough. I mean, I was 87. I mean, it's not that. I am creeping up on 40 pretty close. I just turned 34.
I was 95 is when I was born. So
what?
95.
No, I was watching cartoons. I was watching Saturday morning cartoons on a pre-recorded VHS when your dad looked at your mom and goes, "What's up, baby? How you doing? You want to practice that thing?"
No, I'm still quite young.
That makes what you've done even more impressive, y'all. That's my point, though. So it's like concentrated power or tenacity. We're not sure which one.
Ooh, I
just
love
keep
the
her
word
high,
tenacity.
and it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, tenacity is a great word.
Yeah, that's
chutzpah. Chutzpah is a good one.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Chutzpah actually is how it's pronounced, but I always say it chutzpah because Hanukkah. Back to it though. Back to it. Favorite W's: who, what, when, where, and why. Where is your favorite? Your current favorite place to smoke weed? Because everybody knows a place, right?
Oh, okay. Gotta be the river. Gotta be the river. We're very fortunate to have the Huron in Washtenaw County, so gotta be the river.
If you ever find your way up to Benzie County, definitely go check out the Betsy River.
Oh, cool.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
I will probably find myself in Benzie County. My statewide activism gets me all over the place. So I appreciate knowing there's a place to go.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That a lot of good fishing up there. So I've heard, only been a few times in my life. Look to go back. I got a lot of memories to make on that river. You feel me? So a lot of reasons to go back. Everybody has a river story or a river mention. So I absolutely love that answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scott's mad that we just got called old.
I didn't mean old. I was just clarifying. I don't know all the 90s things because I was 5.
What I heard was, y'all old as shit.
Don't worry. My best friend's super into 90s, so Quentin will get me all up to date on it, and we'll watch the show together, and it'll be great.
Get it. Here we go. Here we go then. I love it. I love it. To wrap up that second little W gauntlet question flourish, if you will, of words. Who, what, when, where, and why? Miss Leaha, why do you smoke weed?
Yeah, so there's like a couple parts to that answer. I first started smoking because I used to take like crazy high doses of ibuprofen. So I have a really bum left knee and I get really bad migraines. And so like I would take like 800 milligrams in the morning, then like in the afternoon, and then like at night. And like I had a couple
you
friends
were just
who were
begging for Ray's syndrome at that point.
Yeah, and I had a couple friends who were like, you just cannot be taking this much ibuprofen.
Right.
But like, I was working as a cashier coordinator at the local food co-op, so I was on my feet all the time. Anyway, I was like, all right, fine, I'll give it a shot. I'll try it out. And so like I used to be known as the girl that had a big bottle of ibuprofen, and I used to have Fioricet for my migraines, which was had codeine in it. And I would always have it on me. Couldn't go anywhere without my medication, or like my knee would just be so bad that I wouldn't walk after long days. And that was bummy because I wanted to go do stuff. And so I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So I started smoking, and my migraines have become like super non-frequent again. Very, when I do have them, they're a lot more mild than what they used to be. I found that I could use CBD to relieve my migraines. There's a company that does what's called Canna melts. They're out of Ann Arbor, and they have a CBD and a 1-to-1 THC CBD that's like a gummy that, or like a mint that kind of melts in your mouth, and it would really help relieve the pressure in my headaches. And like, I have been taking Fioricet, really wasn't doing anything. I would take Fioricet and ibuprofen, which you're really not supposed to be like adding that much together. Yeah, and so like, and my headaches would still not go away, but I could use these Canna melts, and it would like relieve the pressure. My headache would go away, and
Almost
so like,
instantly, right?
yeah, like really like quick acting, and like I could get through a day's shift at work with a headache, and like usually I would have to go home and be like in a dark room and like close my eyes. So like for me, cannabis really was me trying to like save my liver basically, and my like body from all this ibuprofen I was consuming, and like. Don't get me wrong, I still have days where I'll come home and take some ibuprofen, but I use topicals a lot now for my knee. And, Zahada has shown me a lot of really good ones. And Mary's Medicinals, for instance, has some really nice ones. But there's a company called Dory Balm out of Ann Arbor area, too, that has an RSO base that's really great for, like, relieving the pain. So, like, I use cannabis very much for pain relief, but also like I'm an activist, I'm social in it. So like I definitely have that social side of like going to Cannapalooza, and like I'm never going to forget Legalize Night at Cannabis Council up in Detroit. So like there's definitely a social element to it for me as well. But what got me involved was really some of my friends being like, please try this out so we can reduce this intake of medication that you're taking. And, for me I have not refilled my Fioricet in almost 2 years now. So for me to not have to have that for my migraines is like a huge deal.
Yes. I had somebody call me today as I was coming to the studio, asking about RSO and things of that nature, because he got a pacemaker put in and then started having seizures.
Wow.
Completely seizure free all of his life, got a pacemaker put in to solve one issue, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden started having seizures. And then so he is a cannabis user, he does grow himself. I've got to talk to him a little bit more, but he needs, the tinctures will bring him out of it, you know what I'm saying? So if he's going into it, I mean, he's still got to suffer, you know what I'm saying,
what's
while
happening, exactly,
until it kicks in. So we're trying to figure out a good course of action, and Z is going to be a very good instrument
most
of knowledge
definitely.
there. Absolutely. Speaking of which, Crystalline CBD, have you ever heard of them?
No, I don't know them.
Well, this is who they are. That's Crystalline CBD, y'all. Check it out. Crystalline CBD has a lot of the things that you're talking about. They got bath bombs, they've got pain rubs, all of the kinds. I do not think that they're made with RSO, but at the same time, who doesn't like switching it up every now and then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The bath bomb could be the exact same, might smell a little different, but that's my point. Definitely give them a check out. My boy Nick, girl Amanda, man, we go way, way back. They're killing it. They're actually working with some people right now with not 1, not 2, but 3 Class C licenses.
Wow.
So big things coming from them.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're going to have a lot coming out.
From them.
Yeah.
It's getting big, y'all. It's getting big, but huge shout out to them. Check out them. It's crystallinecbd.com. Check it out. Crystalline.com. Definitely check it out. I've actually got one of their last Delta 8 carts here. The gelato, I'm finishing that up. Speaking of finishing stuff up, okay, I want to jump right into the crazy W's.
Okay.
All
right.
Crazy W's is where shit it takes a little bit of a rocky path.
Okay.
The crazy W's is all about those times where you just should not have smoked that much, or maybe 7 brownies wasn't enough.
Okay.
So this next part is dear to my heart. Okay?
You like the wild stories, it sounds.
Oh, that's good. Give me them. I want them nibbly bits. What are you talking about? I want that. I want that fat on my steak. That's let me have that. Because if I don't eat it, the dog will. That's my boy. That's my boy. He loves steak gobbles. He loves them. He loves them. But before we get into the crazy W's, guys, check it out. We are sponsored now by Noble Road Co. Check them out, nobleroadco.com. Some of the bombest edibles on the planet. If you go check them out, green apple and ginger little gummies, man. Absolutely amazing. I love those. So one will make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's only 10 milligrams. It's where you're at. I feel good. Two, put you right where I want to be, man. I feel like that funky bass line where, fuck a party. I am the party. Let's do this. I feel smooth, baby. Fuck everything else that happens. 3, now you're talking about the fucking crazy side of shit. And 4, well, we won't talk about that. But somebody that works at Noble that told me about that once had an interesting story, which leads us to this next part. And that's why they sponsor this next part, especially the crazy W's. So if you're ready, Leah, who, what, when, where, and why, crazy W's.
All right, let's do it.
You should be terrified. This is terrible.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Crazy W's. Who, what, where, and who, what, when, where, and why. Excuse me. Who was with you the first time you just got way too fucking high?
Oh man. Actually, there was a huge group of people. So, I was at my now ex's house with him and his squad, and it was all guys. And the one, yeah, that's my word. I just use squad.
Get it?
My high schoolers used to make fun of me for that, but like squad is my word. But it was all these guys, and then this one girl that I was friends with was there, and I didn't trust any of them to like fill the bong for me, let me hit it, and I was like, I'll trust her. And I trusted her, and I should not have trusted her because I took this giant rip, and I literally was like, I have to go lay down right now because I think I'm floating. We were trying to play card games, and I just, like, for the life of me, could not. The munchkin was not in front of me. So my lesson here was, like, even though I thought I could trust the girl in the room, she basically was like, nah, she's got it, and killed me, like, just killed me.
Yo, I like so much about that. I gotta take this dab real quick because I picked up some Redemption Cannabis. My boy Ryan, Redemption Cannabis. I picked up some Kitchen Sink. And
Ryan's real good.
Oh, Ryan's my homie, man.
He's been doing he's doing work with the caucus, and like definitely has some really good products and some good stuff. Like Ryan's good people, hands down. Man. Reminded me I got a dab.
Get it, girl. Go dab.
I like the nectar collector. It looks cool.
Oh, thank you. That's my unicorn dick. Yeah, they're all weird colors. I got this goober. That's a green screen. You can't really see it, but it's a dinosaur.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I love dinosaurs. But yes, guys, Redemption Cannabis. Go pick this up. That kitchen sink boy. Whoo! Man, they had a sale. I don't know if you caught it, but they had a sale at the Botanical Co. here in Lansing.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes people are over here. All his stuff was 50% off.
Oh my God, that's an amazing deal.
Your boy went and scooped up, some dabs from him. I'm definitely gonna be going back. And plus Botanical Co. is not that far from my house, so
no, and I love Botanical Co. I got some good friends that are involved with that with that dispensary.
I like the way it's set up, like in the little things.
I haven't been to the Lansing one yet.
You're missing out, girl. You missing out. Go see it at least once.
I gotta take a Lansing trip, so maybe I'll do that.
You should. Yeah, no, you should. Lansing's kind of popping off and doing some crazy shit that I haven't even noticed because.
Oh yeah, no, East Lansing. There's actually a offshoot chapter of the Cannabis Caucus in Lansing, so like they're actually pretty engaged over there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And undoubtedly, Ryan's right there with him.
Oh, of course. He's gonna be right in the middle of it all.
He has to. That's Ryan. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's what he does, dog. That's what he does. But what she say? Our future trip. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
bring it. Bring it. I'm gonna get yelled at by more than one person. I guarantee. But that's cool. I love ZZ. She's so sweet. Crazy W's, Leah. Who, what, when, where, and why? What pushed you over the edge when you got just way too high? Like Why? Like, what happened?
Okay, so I was way too high once when I was on a deep sea fishing dock in Florida. And everyone was fishing, and these fishing hooks were just coming back and going forward and coming back and going forward. And I was so convinced that every single fishing hook was just going to hook me and I was going to get ripped by these hooks. I was so terrified. I was way too stoned to be on that fishing dock. And I looked at
Did you
my
ever
friends
watch
and I was like,
Hellraiser as a kid?
no, it was just, I was convinced that these fishing hooks were coming for us. And I looked at my buddies and I was like, we have to leave this dock. And they're like, no, we're going to go look. They catch sharks and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm going to have a freak out. We have to get off this dock.
I've had moments like that too. But when you say, okay, listen, when I wasn't cooking in the kitchen, weird hours, I would watch whatever videotapes we had. And my dad was, he would absolutely, rent movies from Blockbuster. For those of you who don't know, Blockbuster used to rent these things called VHS and DVDs, not DivDa and not those are real things. Those predated all the digitized things, and that's kind of where Napster, not Napster, but Netflix came from. They used to do we'll mail it to your house, you mail them back, and then it just became digital. That's how that happened, y'all. That's how you robbed me of my childhood. It's your fault. Moving on. I'm kidding. But no, that's Blockbuster. He would rent it from Blockbuster and then just never return it. So he would just pay it off. He would just buy it that way. And I was like, Dad, you're paying $60 for the movie that way. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, well, maybe you probably should.
Yeah, that's not a very
when it's $15 at the store. Just buy it once for $15.
Economical.
It's not. And then when DVD as extras came out, when Blu-rays came out, I got homie buying the Blu-ray, the VHS, and the DVD, all because he didn't know which one worked in the machine. I was like, well, then why didn't you just take a picture? He's like, take a picture. How am I going to take camera phones? Oh, this is amazing. We had a lot of struggles when we were growing up, all right?
Yeah.
Namely, it was everybody get on the same page. Just saying. Like in the Army, a lot of my Army friends tell me, it's hurry up to wait. Like rush, you get to something and then you got to end up waiting for 2 or 3 hours. And I was like, that's what life is. That's what we do. That's how it is. Speaking about how it is, back to it, if you will. Sorry.
Okay.
We smoke weed, guys. We smoke weed. Oh, I got Z saying something. Uh-oh. She called you out.
Yeah, I know. She's sad she hasn't heard that story before.
Well, you hear it now. But Hellraiser was the movie what I was talking about. Sorry. It's a horror movie, and for those of you who know what the hook scene in Hellraiser looks like and he gets pulled apart, you now know my imagery to that story. My producer's giving me the thumbs up. He's like, yeah. And then he told me to quickly shut up. So we're going to do that, and we're going to listen to him. Oh, he's not happy with me. Not right now. Not happy with me. No, I love him to death. Crazy W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. When was this?
Oh, when was that story?
Yeah.
Florida of 2017. So I was on vacation in the spring. Yep. I'm pretty sure it was 2017. Yeah. So it was supposed to be a fun, let's go check this out and let's look at these sharks. And I just, it wasn't happening. Should not have smoked before that adventure. I learned that I'm terrified of man-made heights while high, but I can go climb mountains and stick my head over mountains and I'm fine. But if people made the structure, I can't handle it.
I don't.
Do you disagree with the mountain thing?
Okay, time out. I was on Team Leaha the whole way up until this point.
Mountains do not scare me at all. I can hike mountains and sit on the edge and swing my feet, and that's cool.
And goats and shit. All right, cool. Yeah. Now let's move it to the a building. Like you're
don't put me in an elevator. Don't make me I did the Eiffel Tower and I was clutching against the back of it the whole time, in the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did the Eiffel Tower though.
It is called the Sears Tower.
I did the Sears Tower. Well, it's not the Sears Tower anymore, I think.
No.
When I was 12,
I've talked to people from Chicago and I asked
it's still
them,
the Sears Tower.
It's Sears Tower.
Yeah. I did Sears Tower, and I was terrified. I'm terrified of Ferris wheels. But yeah, give me a mountain any day, and I'll sit there and swing my feet over the edge and be like, hey, take a picture of me, while whoever I'm with is like, please just get back. So I can do that, like smoking, totally fine. But don't put me on a man-made structure smoking, or I'm going to freak out.
You realize that don't make no damn sense at all, right?
Nope, none at all.
Okay, just making sure. Like,
Who said I
so
had
many
to make
questions.
sense?
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. Perspectives are great. But every now and then when you see that one perspective, when you're like, hang on, that's a whole different goddamn color. Are we sure that's okay? And when you're like, I don't see anything wrong with it. I wasn't judging you. I was just trying to better understand your perspective.
That's fair.
But at the same time, that shit don't make no sense. But at the same time, I'm going to help you here.
Okay.
And just like, yo, I vibe with nature and shit. If I don't feel it natural, there you go. If they don't feel natural to me, I don't feel safe.
Yeah, you know, the mountains are there. They're natural. They weren't built. They've been existing for, you know, eons. Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Paganism. Exactly.
Yeah.
So on the non-pagan side, where all the assholes live, hi, how you doing? Population 1 in this case. That shit don't make no sense though.
You asked for crazy stories.
No, I'm good with it. That's why it's in the crazy section. I ain't crazy, but it just so happened to land in the crazy section.
A little bit.
Yeah, if it quacks and it's a duck, it's a duck.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it goes?
I accept that it's odd, but I am totally okay with the mountains.
You know, mountains are cool. You know, I you know, grew up frequenting the mountains a little bit, like family vacations, because it wasn't out of state and so it's like I vibe that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go out and poke at rattlesnakes and make them chase them. It's fun. Maybe I shouldn't have been doing that, but it's cool. The crocodile hunter did it, and well, no, well.
Oh, too early.
Yeah, R.I.P. Steve, man. It's very confusing because, like, the moment that it happened, like that morning, I got a phone call from one of my bandmates, and this was not funny, okay? Because I was in a band called Left Foot Right. All right, I played drums. Our guitarist's name was Steve Irwin. No bullshit. And every Halloween he went as the crocodile hunter because he's like, I'm going as myself, and we're like, haha, you're an idiot. But anyways. He calls me. Sam calls me, goes, Steve is dead. Steve Irwin is dead, man. I can't fucking believe it. Steve is dead. He's like, dude, Steve is dead. And then hung up the phone. I was like, what? Like, what? Like, and so
oh my God.
You know, trying to get a hold of Steve, and I call his house. So his mom's probably like, why the fuck is this asshole calling here at 6:30 in the morning? Like, what the hell is no, you take that shit to school. Like, you know.
Right.
And so, like, I get to school and Steve comes walking up. I'm like, well, he's like, what's up, man? I was like, you're not fucking dead. He goes, no, the real one died. I'm like, shut up. And then it was like even sadder. But like, I still remember that white knuckle grip ride to school. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I thought I thought our fucking guitarist was dead. That's not cool.
No, that's
Like, we're
such
still
a
in high
bad name
school.
mix
Don't
up.
fucking, you know, don't start doing that shit.
That's a bad name mix up. Yeah, no,
Exactly.
dude.
But at the same time, rattlesnakes are assholes anyway, so it is what it is. I figured I was just protecting my mom. You know, she wanted to walk through the forest and smoke her cigarettes. One of those was bad at the time, but one of those, you know, I couldn't tell her not to do. So it's like, you know, pick your fucking battles when you're 7, 8 years old, you know, and
Yeah, you pick your battles.
yeah, I figured I'd get me a nice little sword, couldn't protect my mom against the evil snakes that were actually right where they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Childhood was fucked up, wasn't it? Yeah, if there's a therapist out there, yo, as long as I can smoke weed, come talk to me, come hither. Fucking heyday. Speaking of heydays, back to it. Crazy W. Sorry, I digress. Who, what, when, where, and why? Where did this take place? You said it was on the dock.
Yeah, a deep sea dock in Florida, Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota. I've never been to Sarasota, I don't think. I've been to like Lakeland and a few other places, but never been to Sarasota.
It's pretty cool.
Gotta go there. I'm gonna go watch that doc now and just get baked there and see what happens.
Yes, yo, please tell me if you can handle it, because I could not.
Yeah, I'll record it and just like, this is fine.
You'll be like, I'm totally fine, and I'll be at home freaking out for you.
Yeah.
No.
Stop.
Like, get off, Rodney, run.
You gonna die, bitch. You gonna die. Watch this motherfucker die. That's just it. I feel it. So, crazy W's, who, what, when, where, and why. To wrap it up in a neat little bow. To knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
Why did this happen?
Why did this happen? Because they thought it was going to be a cool experience and that they specifically wanted to be stoned to go experience it. And they're like, yeah, we're all down. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I never tap out. Like, because, I don't. Like, and yeah, it was not a
Mama didn't raise no bid. That's right.
Exactly. Like, I'm not going to, you're not going to pass me. Like, no, come on. So, like,
I got Thug Life tattooed on my stomach for a reason. Why? Because it was a dare. Exactly. No, I feel you. Absolutely. But yeah, that's how I would do it, and that's the way that I looked at it. And you believe these friends, and sometimes that, I work for you. I get that.
Yeah, they lived in Sarasota. They were like, it's going to be a great experience. The dog is so cool. We smoke and go here all the time. And I was like, yeah, of course. And no, my mind was like, yep, hell no, opposite direction. Get everybody in the car.
No, hang on a second, though. That actually makes sense. You ready? Because docks aren't natural. They're not nature-made. They're man-made.
Ooh, hey, look at that. It's not my mountains.
Yeah.
My anxiety got it. That's exactly what it is. It's a man-made structure.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan, obviously.
No. I mean, could you do shorter docks? Like, let's say you're at a lake or, like, say, a river, okay?
Maybe.
Like a dock out to a boat. Like, how do you feel in boats?
So, like, I've done a lot of lighthouses where you walk out to the lighthouse, and, like, that's been fine because Michigan's got tons of lighthouses. So, like, I've done that. And that's been fine. I think it was that we were so far out in such deep water, and there were just so many people lining that dock that it was, like, almost claustrophobic feeling.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I haven't thought about that in so long. Nah. Oh, I've totally watched Jaws a few times. You got to watch Jaws. It's a classic.
Oh, Jaws is amazing.
Yeah,
if you don't like Jaws, I don't like you. If you don't like Mortal Kombat, we can be friends. You know what I'm saying?
I just watched the movie of that on Sunday night.
No, what did you think? Real quick.
I'm sorry. I feel like I opened up a can of worms.
You're good.
Come on, I liked the movie.
A small one, but we'll get there.
I liked the movie. I thought it was entertaining.
Were you a fan of Mortal Kombat? Well, you can't be a fan from the 90s because you were fucking born in the 90s. You were born when Mortal Kombat came out. So
yeah, I've only watched Mortal Kombat played through once by my ex and his cousin, and I liked the storyline.
Which Mortal Kombat?
I'm not entirely sure.
What were they playing it on? Do you remember?
Xbox. No, their PlayStation.
No. Ugh.
It was his PlayStation. Is that not good?
No, it just goes back pretty far. That goes back to PlayStation. So it goes back to Super Nintendo, actually, is where it came out.
Oh my god.
The point is, as long as you're familiar with the storyline, that's fine. What did you think of the storyline? Let me ask you. That's a better question I should have asked.
I'm familiar enough with it to have liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Okay. And I liked the battle scene that happened with Scorpion at the end, but I would have liked to see him in more of the movie. I felt like we didn't really see him enough. Because, like, one of the major storylines was, him coming back to, like, revenge him. And, like, he was just, like, not really there. And it was just suddenly there. Which, yeah.
I got to agree with you on that. Because here's the thing. The storyline was absolute fucking garbage. Okay?
It was very thin.
Paper thin. We're talking, like, thin. Like,
yeah.
Like, I could breathe on it and break it. About as paper thin as the walls is the first shot where the guy dies in the blood.
Oh, yeah.
Any whore. So, I don't think that... Remember when the scene with Kano happened and how he got his... That's not how that is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how that happened. And so their reimaginings weren't of the OG storyline.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't make any fucking sense.
So they were all off point.
Yeah. And so that was very off-putting for me. They did. And so then, with Jax's story with his arms.
Yeah.
how you gonna make even bigger magical arms?
Yeah,
Just like that.
I was
No.
confused about that.
Yeah,
Because I
like,
asked
I'm
them too. I
high,
asked
and that don't make
the
no damn
guys. I
sense.
was like, guys, like, what's going on? They're like, yeah, he has
Yeah.
to lose his arms. And then they had like the
Right.
wimpy robot arms, and then
Yep.
suddenly he had like the big bad giant
Right.
robot arms. And I was like, how did
That's
he have
not
time?
how that happens.
And like also
Right.
like so like I agree with you on that criticism too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Plus, Jax being the armed guy, the
Mhm.
arms that we're used to, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movies. But Winter Soldier, his arm,
Yeah.
how it's kind of smooth and like
Mhm.
that's Jax's arms, but bigger because he was a big black dude. That's who he
Right.
was, and it was like the strength, you know, with the muscle, and he was supposed to be strength. I get he was a protector in this.
Right.
Yo, you protecting it from being terrible. That's really what it was. It wasn't terrible. It was just bad. Not as bad as Wonder Woman 1984. That was absolutely
I have not
garbage.
seen that yet. It's on my list to see though.
Do watch it. It's worth watching at least once. I will
Yeah.
not deny that.
Any
It ties
superhero
into the
movie I'm
storylines.
gonna
Yep.
watch at
Yep.
least once.
And then once you watch that and you catch up with all of those, I need you to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League. That
Okay.
4-hour. Oh my God, it's so good. It's really good. Smoke a joint, sit down. You're gonna be like, that's from that movie. That's from that movie. That's from that. And it's what he wanted you to see. You know what I'm saying? Versus what they threw together.
They did, yeah.
Garbage. Anyhow, back to the last part of the gauntlet. This is the Plan W's. This is where, listen, this interview is sitting on the edge of a knife. Which way is it going to go? We don't know. Because we got to get through this last shit first. Fuck boy over here. Plan W's, y'all. What are the Plan W's? So who, what, when, where, and why questions that we ask our amazing guest, Miss Dotson here, of what we could expect from her if given certain situations in the future. These might be completely made up situations. They are. Or they might be real. Entirely made up. The point is, this is the last redeeming section. Are you ready?
Okay.
Let's get down to it then. Here we go. Actually, I hyped it up. It's not even that intense. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Plan W is who, what, when, where, and why. Miss Leah, who do you wish you could smoke with, dead or alive?
Okay, not to get like super sad, but my cousin John Atkins.
John Atkins. No, that's absolutely fine. And I'm not trying to get sad, but let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, he passed away last year, and he used to roll the best blunts where he'd take that wax and put it right in the middle and make a worm. Perfect every time. I'd love to have another smoke sesh with him if I could.
The last section of the Plan W's, y'all, dedicated to homeboy. Rolling blunts where he's at. Rolling blunts where he's at. You feel me?
Yeah.
Plan W's who, what, when, where, and why. What would you smoke with them? I think we already know the answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I would end up smoking with him. Gotta do his signature blunts. And what was great is he'd roll 3, and 2. One of them would be the one with the wax in the middle. Put them all in the same pouch, and so you never knew when you were gonna get that extra oomph.
You don't know. How will I know? You'll know.
Yeah, you'll know. Trust me, you will know.
100%. I've been in situations like that, and you know what? They ain't gonna hurt me. I know that, but we'll see if it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, yep, got it. That's where it's at. That's where it's at too.
Yeah, exactly.
The only time that you tell somebody that when never put hard substances like angel dust or anything in joints.
Oh yeah, of course.
Fuck
not.
off.
Yeah, don't
always
do that.
if you put weed, like some resin or something like that. That's fun time. That's a whole different story.
Wax and blunt. Yeah.
Don't hand me a spliff and be like, yeah, man, and tell me it's
spliff is totally different. Spliff is totally different. Yeah. You gotta give people heads up on spliffs.
You get that cancer out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
and also it would be, just me and my cousin. So like it was just the two of us going out to smoke those. So like
you would
we
know
that at some point I was gonna get that extra.
You're like, you made it. I can see you're all the way through the second one. You're like, it's gotta be that one.
Yeah.
Gotta be that one.
You're like, all right, so that next one's gonna be, oof, here we go. Time that one correct. Oh, good memories, good times.
Hell yeah. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Speaking of good times, Plan W's, who, what, when, where, and why. When would you like this to take place?
Oh, I mean, ironically, I would have to say we had a plan to go to finish hiking part of the Smoky Mountains together. And I would really like to have seen that to happen. So definitely in the Smoky Mountains.
I get it, girl. And the Smoky Mountains, I'm all too familiar with. There was I grew up most of my life in Tennessee.
Oh, cool. All right. So we're Kentucky family.
Yep. So I know all about it. A lot of rattlesnakes.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful. Lots of snakes down there.
Copperheads, really. That was the biggest
copperheads.
issue.
I was gonna say, really, it's copperheads. That's what my uncle always warned us about, was the copperheads.
Those cabbage smelling putrid bastards. Well, that's just the thing. Like, listen, if you come out your house in the south, all right, it's a nice, warm, sunny day, and you smell cabbage, you got a copperhead somewhere. You best be looking.
Yeah, keep your eyes open. Hands down.
Because babies the most dangerous. It don't matter. It's gonna hurt. So avoid at all caution. But at the same time, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Snakes are gorgeous, but gorgeously deadly, you know?
Yeah. Proceed with caution. Also,
proceed with
Michigan.
Caution.
Yeah, proceed with caution. In Michigan, if you see a Meshuggah rattlesnake, call a DNR. They're wanting to know. They're in, like endangered and whatnot.
Yeah,
exactly. So definitely call them and hit them up.
Please, whatever you do, don't harm the Michigan rattlesnake. Yeah,
just call and give them the coordinates of where you're at. Figure out where you're at. Let them know so they can, kind of track that, because we need to kind of help give back. Because let's face it, man,
oh, my friend would be so proud of us for plugging that. My friend of the Environmental Caucus,
Get it?
We got to do that.
They smoke
Take care
weed?
of nature. Yeah. Come on, every organizer smokes. I feel like almost every organizer smokes.
Now I know.
I don't
They're
think
like, you just did the prerequisite. That's all you did. I've been doing this for years.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do all of what we do without having some type of relaxing, creative break from what you have to deal with.
100%. I couldn't disagree more. I couldn't disagree more. I'm just coding. No,
I was like, wait, you should be agreeing.
I'm joking. Of course. I was saying the wrong thing, trying to be funny, but at the same time, it is what it is. But yeah, no, that's the truth of it. It's interesting because all the time growing up as kids, not to flashback none of the 90s, but we were being told not to smoke weed by people who smoked weed.
Oh, I was raised that it's the devil's lettuce. I was raised very conservative. My family will probably have a heart attack if they see this video. No joke. For me to have become a cannabis advocate and activist, it was not at all what I was supposed to do. But I have seen so much of that medical benefit. I have friends that they can't have it without that it changed my perspective on it, and it changed my perspective because it helped me. But no, dude, being raised, I was raised, you stay away from it, you run from it. Those people are bad people. And my family still has a really hard time with me being a cannabis advocate. They don't like it. They just straight up tell me we don't like it.
Right. I get that. Not to get, kind of deep into it or whatnot, but one of the reasons, I lost my mom back in 2018, and she was a huge cannabis user. I'm not going to lie to you. She actually passed away from COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease.
Yeah.
But when she would eat edibles in the last few years of her life, she would have better days, man. And so anytime my mom was like, hey, can you give me, she liked rock candy is what she liked.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll make you some rock candy, Ma. I'm working all these hours, Mom. Damn. Learn it to your damn self. You know how to do it.
It'd be much
easier. Exactly. So I would find myself, procuring the items to make this for my mother and giving it to her, and she would love it. And yeah, she would smoke joints and stuff, but again, if she would smoke a joint, it's a different kind of smoke, y'all.
Yeah.
That's why you can, it is. And so
it's a different impact on your body,
100%. The combustion is terrible, but we're past that with edibles, with dabs,
and
amazing
tinctures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Tinctures, patches, transdermal patches,
Mm-hmm.
creams, lozenges, candies, you name it. We can
got
put weed
it.
in it.
Yeah.
That's
We've
what
gotten
it
pretty
is.
good at that.
Exactly. And so it's water soluble. Yo, your water, you're about to get baked, you know, and that's where it's at. But my mom would love it. My mom would absolutely love it. I think she may have had like this precognitive, you know, precognition type of view. My mom was always very one with like the energies that be and stuff. And it's interesting because a lot of things that my mom predicted actually have come to pass. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And so you read a Nostradamus book. Cool. Great. You're high. The ramblings of an old, you know, mad woman. I'm joking. But no, that's the crazy thing is because like I should have listened, but all those years for some reason I didn't. You know, I had to take losing that to really see the clarity, if you will, to see it future. So that's all I do, man. I just smoke weed and advocate, cook with it, you know, keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It ain't doing no harm to anybody. You know, there's a huge place for it now. And I see a different kind of career path, but I see all of it coming together. So I really enjoy that. So very similar stories there. It's amazing, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
Plan W's, who, what, when, where, and why. Everybody knows a place. Where would you smoke with homie rolling the blunts?
There is a mountain in the Smoky Mountains called Mount LeConte.
I knew it was a mountain.
Called Mount LeConte, and it has one of the highest peaks in the Gatlinburg, Tennessee area. I would
that name
love
one
to
more
be up
time.
there. Mount LeConte.
Okay, we're gonna work on that last one. Okay, because that's not what I heard. And I was like, wait a minute, that's like a poetic tragedy, but at the same time, like fittingly amazing.
It's like Mount LeConte, maybe, because it's LeConte. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop trying to pronounce it, but I've wanted to hike that one for a really long time, and that would be the perfect place to hike up there and stop there and smoke.
I think the view, you know, from any
exactly.
Like there you
exactly.
Go. You know, they mark them as cliche as they're called, but you know, those majestic moments of life where you look out and you peer into a horizon. You know, and you see this and you see that, take these pictures. Oh, pictures nowadays are phenomenal. If you can zoom in, that shit's crazy. I love that. But I think that, yeah, dude, I can kind of picture that. I think that, you know, it's got a vibe. It's definitely got a vibe. I definitely vibe with that. I like that. Now, would you push him over the cliff, though? If he couldn't die, hang on, though. He can't die.
You know, back in the day, me and him, we would have tussled totally, like hands down. Like I would have been like, "Oh, I got you," like, and he would have totally done it. He probably would have done that to me first, like for real. He would have been like, "Got you first."
But then, like, you're like, "Ha, got you," and just shove him off completely. He can't die. He'll meet you at the bottom, or like maybe
he'll
fly
meet
up.
me at the bottom.
Know.
I still think he would have got me first if there was the "you can't die" agreement.
Fair enough. Or like I could see you just out of spite doing like a backflip off or something.
Yeah,
like, I got myself.
Like 6'2". I'm 5'2". He was like 6'2". So like, kind of got some weight on me. Oh yeah, I'm teeny. I'm super teeny.
I'm just saying, like, no, it's, you know, the majestic memory there that you're trying to create through you know, the course of Mary Jane. I definitely can vibe with that. You know, there's a lot of situations that hell, I wouldn't mind to be in that mindset. You know, and that little pause there. I get that.
Yeah.
Playing W's, who, what, when, where, and why. We've come to the end of the gauntlet.
Okay.
This last question is going to tell us, no, the knife is gone. We got high and cooked something with it. But we're going to try and tie up who you are in one neat little bow, neat little package here. Who, what, when, where, and why. Miss Leaha Dotson, why would you smoke with homeboy rolling those mad J's in that majestic moment on a mountain smoking Mary Jane?
I think part of it obviously is it's something that I can't really accomplish, but it's an unfinished journey, and it would be nice to be able to someday. I'm going to go hike this mountain and finish the journey on my own. Like I'm going to do it. So like the idea is that like, although he won't be there, it'll still be finishing that memory, you know? So that's really why I think that's what, you know, there's a couple other people, a couple other places, but that's at the really forefront of my mind right now. And that would be why.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that, you know, we've learned a great deal about you. We've learned a great deal about where you come from, how you got to where you're going, why you did what you did, you know, claiming curiosity. in some aspects of life, but the curiosity, I mean, usually killed the cat. In this case, just got you really stoned. Catnip. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, there we go. Crazy cat lady. Love that.
Well, to each their own. It depends on the cat, man. I like short-haired cats.
Oh.
I like clean cats though, as long as well, I'm allergic, so that's the thing.
Oh, that's
I'm allergic to like cat dander. So it's like I'll ask somebody and then I'm like, hey, do you have clean cats? And they're like, fuck you, dude. Like I shower. I'm like, that's not what I'm saying though. Like pet dander. Like I'm allergic to cat dander. Like
well,
I'm
I have
to
2 short-haired cats, so you could come see my cats. They're short hair and they don't shed bad. They're Mr. Eddie and Yuki Frey.
What?
Mr. Eddie and Yuki Frey. Those are my cats.
One of those is made up. One of those is a made up fucking word.
Yuki-Frey.
No. What? Okay. What does Yuki Frey mean?
So Yuki's supposed to mean happiness, but then my friend told me it might mean snow. But I saw that it means happiness. And then Frey is a Norse god who is the twin brother of Freya, who was a Norse goddess. And Freya had a chariot that was pulled by cats. So because my cat is a little boy, I named him after her twin brother, Frey.
Okay. All right. So I didn't go Norse with it. I actually went like, well, here's the thing. I am Norse.
Ah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Better yet, let me drop a little bit of more knowledge to add to that. So Freya had a battle boar by the name of Hildisfinni. Yeah, look at that up. That's pretty
all right.
cool.
I will. Legit.
Hildisfinni. If you don't know how to spell it, let me know. I'll get it to you after the show.
Legit.
Interesting little story there. But yeah, no, amazing cat name. That's awesome. But at the same time, like
definitely sounds made up. I hear you.
Made up. It's made up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yuki. There's like 9 syllables in that bitch.
Yuki Frey.
Times the 3 times because I'm high.
Sorry, I'm an English teacher on the side. I do a lot of things. I also teach English as a second language. So we can.
That's awesome. I got a friend that he's overseas. He does that. He teaches English as a second language. He speaks a lot of Chinese, Japanese, Taiwanese.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. You just are walking through a journey with people really when you're teaching a language. It's really cool. Cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be that responsible.
It is a lot of pressure.
So,
yeah. But I love teaching.
Like,
I'm actually teaching
what sarcasm
tonight,
is.
So.
There you go.
I love teaching. It's a good time. I teach a bunch of middle schoolers right now.
See, I speak sarcasm better than I do English regularly. So it's like if I have to worry about tense and just kind of like
all that too much. It's too much.
So
it takes a special kind of person.
It does. And I'm so proud of my boy. I don't want to say his name because he'll get embarrassed and I'll get yelled at, but I grew up with a guy that couldn't speak. He could speak maybe 10 words in English. Okay. He was Korean. And great guy. Around the same age. He didn't go to our school because he was homeschooled, but still work is a thing and X, Y, and Z. He learned English, but he learned English through sarcasm.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, I bet.
And he absolutely loved Dos Equis. Just that was his thing.
Oh yeah.
So you would see this very Korean, like like he's very proper, very Korean dude, our age, my age, because ancient as shit apparently. But we all come out. We're sitting down at the bar, and he's drinking with us, and he's talking in Korean, which is funny because. I mean, that's how I kind of learned to know what a little bit of Korean means. I can't speak a lot of it back, but I know what it means because I've just worked with them. And so I could kind of probably feel my way around a conversation, which sounds very bad, but it's a thing.
But it is a thing. No, that's fine. Right. That's a language acquisition skill. That is a thing.
See, it is a fucking thing. There's even big words for it. Hell yeah. I knew it was a thing. But no, he was a really good dude. He actually moved back to Korea to start his own restaurant, and
cool.
he did. I can't tell you how it's. I can get that information, but I don't remember what it's called because it is in Korean. I don't remember, any of that. But I do know he's doing good. I know he's killing it, even with COVID. I've seen some updates in English, very broken English, very sarcastic English, and you can tell because it's straight to the point. Like it's like, damn these birds. Like,
that's the coolest thing about language is you really learn it from what you're around. Immersion is the best way to learn. So whatever you're immersing yourself in, that's what you're gonna pick up.
That's how actors do it.
And that's it's I don't know, it's fascinating. It really is. I could talk about language acquisition all night. Like it's really fascinating.
And linguistics on top of that. I mean, the phonemes themselves, amazing.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's a cool thing. I studied ESL in college, and now I teach throughout the week. So like, it's constantly on my mind. But it's also part of what I do is communicate and talk with people all the time. So like the power of words and the way that words are formed and developed is fascinating.
We need to talk about some of these words though. People just be making shit up. They just be making shit up. They're like, yo, like for example, like the names of weed though. Who comes up with this shit?
Yeah,
like,
dude, I've always wanted that to be my job. Like, somebody hire me just to come up with names for strains. Like, please, anybody. Like, I got you on tons of ideas. Like, cause like, where do they get them? Like, you've got to just be getting crazy stoned in a room somewhere. Like,
I got a name. I got an idea.
Okay, go for it.
Watch it happen. Watch somebody grab it and make it done in 2 days and then call it their own. That's fine. This is my gift to you. Just give me some free weed. I'm good with it. I'm simple. I'm a simple man. But if you made a strain and marketed it as granny panties.
Oh my.
Have you seen the movie Zack and Miri Make a Porno?
No.
Then this doesn't even you need to go watch that movie first.
Okay.
Hilarious. Anything Kevin Smith is hilarious.
Okay.
Watch that movie and what I just said will make sense.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Watch
That's
that
my
movie.
homework.
It's good. It's good homework. That's great.
Okay, I'll take that as homework.
Love that for homework. We need you to do like a 9-page report on why you need to do homework more often. And you're like, no.
You're like, no, I'm not doing that.
And then we finally convinced my chemistry teacher. It's just like, listen, we're going to continue to smell like weed. You're not going to be able to stop that. We're going to continue to come into class and eat food. Again, you're not going to be able to stop that. We're also going to make it really hard for you if you don't fucking listen to us. You can't really stop that because we're arrogant asshole. That's what it was.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were the
At the same time, like,
child.
Well, a little bit. But I was always like, I was assumed to be the problem child. So I was always dismissed quickly, which automatically pissed me off as a kid. Nobody likes to feel dismissed quickly.
Right,
like,
yeah, that's fucked up.
Like, yo, I know what the answer is. And they're like, that's fucking great. Somebody else.
Yeah, that's not
You know what
cool.
I mean? Right. Yeah. And so it's like, I don't know. People were like, yo, you need to put him on Adderall. And I was just like, yo, fuck it. Drugs? I'm down. Like, hey, I mean, wait. If I'm on Adderall, can I still go to Dare? Oh, wait, I can't. All right, cool. So me, little tiny kid, pumped full of basically cocaine.
Yeah.
Sitting inside of Dare going, drugs are bad, as I'm vibrating.
Yeah. Yeah, bad combination. Brings us back to the entire aspect of like this war on drugs, and the way that we go about it is just so not right.
And that's just it. There should have never been a war on drugs.
No, it shouldn't have been. It was all a bunch of policy stuff that Richard Nixon started, and like we could have episodes on end about that. But like there never should have been. It's all through some BS racist control freak policies. It's, wealth is capitalist scenarios now too, trying to keep different groups of people down, and like criminal justice comes into it. Like it's really screwed up. But like there was never a reason for there to be a war on drugs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Whenever Richard Nixon threw his fingers up and went, I'm not a crook, he actually was telling you what he was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I wasn't alive then, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume and, tell me I'm wrong. Ain't nobody asked if you were a crook. Then why you got to say it? Ain't nobody questioned until you said it.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, oh, so you obviously read the room and had to address it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, yo, we know what you did. Watergate. Keep talking about that all you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my point is, like, that kind of bullshit, it's out there. That's what we're fighting against.
Yeah.
gods, the powers that be, or whatever have you. That's why
That's exactly what I'm doing all the time. That's exactly why we do what we do, is because of what we're fighting against. Like I say to people, is we've come a super long way in Michigan. Like we really have. Like we're one of the leaders in the industry, one of the leaders in advocacy. But like we're not done yet. Like we're just not. Like there's so much more to do.
There's and more. You know what I'm saying? We're going worldwide.
Yeah. Oh, hands down.
I mean, it's back to how we began this entire podcast, but that Tom McDonald quote in that song, I forget the song. You talk about wanting to leave a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet?
Yeah.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely.
That's it. Plus, I mean,
yeah.
Tom McDonald is actually hella fire. Like, listen to him. That boy can spit some fire. Just Tom McDonald. That's it.
Okay. More homework.
Google that shit. Look it up. It's fucking fire. I absolutely love it. But I'm down with it, girl. If you ever need help, let us know. You know.
Yeah, most definitely.
We'll help you guys do whatever we possibly can. I'd love to be part of that. You know,
for sure.
Forward. And again, it's about leaving better kids for our planet, man. You know, we know the planet to be here, but we got to help take care of the planet. It all starts back at the school level, which is kind of the point of today's conversation. You feel me? DARE programs, all of that shit. You know, I touch on this shit in my book. It's kind of cool. I also talk about how I pissed my pants, and embarrassed myself in front of the whole class. So there's that too. Exciting shit, riveting shit. Moving on from that, but it's not about me. It's about you, Miss Leaha Skylar Dotson. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. You guys keep an eye on her because she ain't done. If this is what she started on, this girl, what glass ceiling? That's what I want to know. What glass ceiling? Because that smoke's just rolling right out, girl.
Yeah.
Just rolling right out.
Well,
but we'll get together. Absolutely. We'll get together sometime. I'll bring some Redemption Cannabis for sure.
Definitely.
Probably not kitchen sink because this isn't going to last the rest of the day. Sorry. It's delicious. But we'll get you hooked up for sure. It's amazing stuff. But we'll smoke, we'll dab, we'll do it up. But again, thank you for coming on the show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
This was an amazing show. We learned so much in the confines of these little square box thingies.
The amazingness of technology.
Exactly. This is why we do it. But again, thank you to my guest today, Miss Leaha Dotson. An amazing show. Guys, I'm your Tokers. Sorry, my back had to correct. There it is. To my Tokers, Jokers, and Smokers, I say peace out, y'all. Peace, grease, happy monkey grease. Get it, sleazy. Whatever you want to insert here. Just have a good fucking day. Go smoke a joint. Walk out in the woods. If you see a shotgun rattlesnake, call a DNR. Don't fuck with it. Also, bring me morals. Peace.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.